Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. I pray that all is well and you all are in the best of health and spirits. It is your sister, Denise Renee Muhammad, along with my brother, Sean Ali of Supreme Health and Wellness. And we're coming on for another edition of our Health and Wellness Power Hour. So as you come in, go ahead and share the video. Share the video. Sharing is caring. Assalamu alaikum, brother Sean. How are you?
Well, alaikum assalam. All is well. All is well. How you doing? Good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I am well, alive.
Enjoying. Yeah. Yeah. Enjoying life.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
So, our topic today is how to rise above emotion, rising above emotion. Um, so, we're going to get into that topic on rising above emotion. You know, sometimes we can get stuck
Yeah. Yeah.
in that place, and we need some help, some assistance, a lifeline,
Come on, man.
a
Yeah.
lifeline. And yes, so we're going to get into it. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
That's a good that's a good topic and subject because I mean, um we got I don't think it is a wrong answer. It's a matter of, like you say, what do we think about it? Because we're
Right,
all different, so we all going to respond to everything differently, which we should expect. You know what I mean? It's like going through something is we filled up in a crazy world. So going through something is easy. You know, encountering
right,
something um, that's on the negative scale, that's easy. Because it's just we live in that's the world we live in. So when we looking at that
right,
part and you know navigating through that and keeping a peace of mind, our sanity, and all that good stuff, and
right,
then still trying to grow and develop. So it's not just getting through it. It's not just learning how to, you know, because we still got to grow and develop. We still got to live. We still got to thrive.
mhm,
We still, you know what I mean? So we still got to do all of those good things that that we should be experiencing in life. You know what I mean? So it's like you say, we get stuck, and now we're stuck. You know what I mean? For all the intents and purposes of that word. And this, you're not living, you're not doing anything. You're stuck. And that's a sure way to, and you can live like that. It's just a
mhm.
horrible way to live. You know what I mean? Like you don't. It's not that you're physically unhealthy, and sometimes those are some of the physically healthiest people. You know what I mean? It's just their quality of life. You know, their the peace of mind, the happiness, love, peace, and happiness. Those things, those
Mhm.
that you can't buy, that you have to create and be and do those things. You know,
Right,
that's on the which you forfeit for being stuck. You know what I mean? Like, man, you and nobody wants to be stuck. I mean, I've
exactly.
been stuck. Yeah,
Me too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
And I know
but
one thing that helped me is um, having that person finally acknowledge that,
mm,
okay, yeah, I shouldn't have said it like this, or if I would
mm,
have just did XYZ, this wouldn't have happened. And I
mm, mm,
apologize in correcting the behavior. That's one
Mm,
thing
mm.
that helped me rise above or let it go. you
Right,
know,
right, 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 right,
yeah.
right.
And it remind me, the process of atonement is
Mm,
acknowledging the wrong, confessing it. So when you confess it and then the other person actually acknowledges and is sincere about it, that helped too.
hmm. Yeah, and it both ways. Right, 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 right,
Right.
right, 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 right. And that's the willingness is the key,
Mm,
to all of that. The wanting. So because if
right.
not, then it won't happen anyway. You'll be stuck. That's why you stuck. You know what I mean? So that's going into the being stuck part, but also how to get out of it because it's a willingness, it's a want. Because that's
Mm,
just how life moves. So if you just sit still, you're just sitting still. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't move until you move. So that part where it's like, okay, if I move and being stuck is a movement, it's just not a positive movement. You know what I mean? It's on the right. It's on the negative side. So it's like going into those emotional uh, instances or actions and stuff. That's movement. You know what I mean? So if I'm moving myself there, most of the time that's I'm it's reactionary. So learning how to be action, learning how to be proactive, learning how to do all of the to initiate
mhm.
the action in life also is a way that we prevent, overcome, and get through it. You know what I mean? Because if I'm on the action part, that's a preventative measure because I'm most of the emotional things that we go through is reactionary. Something
Right.
happened, somebody did something, an incident, and I'm reacting to it. That's
Right.
why we get stuck. You know what I mean? Right? Because I'm not doing this on purpose. So if I'm living on purpose, that's a preventative and it helps me to get out of it because I could go in it, but once I'm on purpose, I'm getting out of it because rising above it is purposeful. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you go, if, right? You know what I mean? Like that's on purpose. That's I
Right.
want to rise above it. Is you know what I mean? I'm willingly
Mhm.
moving myself to rise
Consciously.
above it.
Right.
Right,
Consciously rising above it.
right. If not, I'm gonna be there stuck because I didn't. Right, you know what I mean. So if we looking at examine the equation, we can find all kind of solutions, and it's not just one because one might not fit that person, and then they're like, "That's not my case," and now you know,
Right.
not only not they not getting help, but they're not listening anymore because it's not, you know what I mean. You're not helping. You're not talking about their instance. You know what I mean. So when we looking at this type of discussion, it's more than one way to skin a cat. So it's definitely more than one way to rise above emotion. Some people use prayer. Some people don't pray, use meditation. Some
Mhm.
people don't pray or meditate, they use aromatherapy. Some people
Right.
don't have that. You know what I mean? So it's so many different things
Yes,
that
it's
we
not
have at our disposal.
cookie cutter. Right.
Right, right. But and these are all easy things. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have to order, some exotic herb or something. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to get a $300 sound bowl set. You know what I mean? Like it's simple things that we can do that will help. Because when you hear about some of these solutions, they sound good, but they can be borderline expensive to get these things or to what I mean to learn about these things.
Right.
So when you got natural, organic, free solutions or almost free solutions, man, that's even better.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, because prayer can work, but even those that do pray, it don't always work, and we can't sit here and act like it does, man. You know what I mean? You could be praying while in the situation. You know what I mean? Like so, and it doesn't have the type of effect that it could or should have. So we have to know different ways to save ourselves, to pull ourselves back. So you know what I mean? Just like it's more than one way to get us there. You know what I mean? So sunlight. I might not have access to the sunlight, so I need another way that will help me to overcome, rise
Sunlight in the
above it.
bottle.
Hey,
Lemon oil. Sunlight in
there
a
you
bottle.
go. There you
Sunlight in a
go.
bottle. It's captured sunlight. Just
Yeah,
take the top
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Goes directly
Right.
to that limbic system. That's the seat of our emotions to help to regulate your emotions. This is uplifting. It's anti-anxiety, antidepressant.
Hmm.
Just take the top
Hmm.
off and inhale. That's one way that you can help to rise above emotion, because you can't smell lemon oil smells so good. You just can't smell it and still be angry, mad. you know.
Right. 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 Right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Because two
Yeah.
things can't occupy the same space at the same time.
Hmm. 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 Rising above emotions. The
Exactly.
different emotional ranges is different, and it's not one negative emotion. You know what I mean? It's a list of those things. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's just natural to have a list of, like we said, therapies or solutions that will help us to overcome and rise above it, as our sister said.
Right.
Because like I said, and sometimes you might have to go down the list. It might have to be a combination of things that help me to bring myself up out of that emotional pull. Because sometimes it could be
Mhm.
strong, man. You could, man. Sometimes you could be in that thing. You might want to get out, it can't. So that
Right.
that and that's what makes it so. You know, the potential of it is so far reaching because you don't know you know what I mean? It's like, man, you're not in control. So the point is to try to get in control, you know.
Exactly.
Mm, yeah,
Exactly.
that's man. I'm just thinking about some of the times that on myself. But that's I mean, I'm pretty sure almost all of us, have experienced, that triggering where it's like almost hard to pull
Mhm.
yourself from.
To let right.
It
Once
might
you're
take
in it,
all
it's like
day. Man,
might take a couple of days, 2 or 3 days.
man, that's I was ready to say that. Boy, you stuck with 2, 3 days still. Man,
to go
whoo,
run it off, walk it off.
whoo. But sometimes that, like I say, you might have to. I mean, that's where knowing where this discussion is important is because we're not just talking about one thing. You know what I mean? So the floor is open for all of these different actions that we could do that will, because you might have to pitch yourself. You know what I mean? Like count to 10. Like it's so many things that we can do that are designed to help us to break out of that sympathetic response of fight and flight, of the stress
Right.
response, to get us in that parasympathetic response of rest and digest. But ultimately,
Mhm.
we want to be operating under that somatic nervous system, which we are in charge, because both of them are still different mechanisms of the autonomic nervous system. So we still not in control, but we're not in control under fight or flight. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Rest and digest. We got more of a chance to gain control of ourselves. But fight or flight, the stress response, we're not. You know what I mean? We under cortisol, we under adrenaline. We sometimes we gotta ride it out. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what one of the things I love about the aromatherapy is that it puts you in that rest and digest side.
Yes.
Lavender, chamomile, cedarwood, those soothing essential oils, it helps you. Eucalyptus immediately helps you to lower your cortisol levels. So yeah. Aromatherapy, y'all.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That because this is, I mean, everything is is internal. So, to control the internal is the brain. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not a lot of, it's one part, the brain. You know what I mean? We control that. It opens the door for control of ourselves, which opens the door for us being able to improve our health and wellness, the healing, whatever we need to do with our life and our body, that opens the door for us to be able to do it. Right. You know what I mean? So that's what we want, that should be our goal, because once we figure out this part, we have life figured out. Stress is the biggest health affector yeah, man, that's stress, because you can't see it. You don't feel it until it's way you're really right.
Having a stroke, heart attack,
man,
immune system compromised.
Man, that sniffle, that, because especially if you're living right or trying to live right, but you still might go through something. And that's the stress part. You know what I mean? That's the part, because, it accumulates. We don't see it until it accumulates. Children, sometimes you can see it in the hair, nails, and stuff like that, but it's an accumulation of cortisol and adrenaline. It affects the insulin. It affects the digestive system, the heart, the kidneys, you know what I mean? So all of these things that they say are age related, they say are this or that, a lot of times we don't even know how to add or the stress factor, and to determine where the stress factor is at in our life. Because we'll think it's just anger or sadness or depression, or the one or two words that we are mainly associated with it, right? But it's all of that. You know what I mean? So most of us wake up under stress. We don't wake up when we want to wake up. That's stress, man. I mean,
right. Regretting you have to go to work.
Or if you got a parent, you got to wake up for your child. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like that's stress, though. It might not be stress, but it's stress. So the more we keep going through it, if we don't know how to handle it, it gets worse as it carries on. You know what I mean? So it can start out easy, and then that stuff. Man, you on my last nerve. I can't wait for y'all kids to get old. Now you know what I mean? They 13, 14, 15. You can't wait for them to be out, some type of yeah, man. You know, the job you've been there this X amount of time. You know, the things that they were the same stressors. You could just they were new. You could handle them. Now the same thing is a big stress. You know what I
Right.
mean? Relationship. So if we don't know how to rise above what we're talking about now,
Mhm.
not managing it, not boom, we talking about overcoming it, defeating it. You know, ultimately eliminating it out of your life.
Right.
Man, woo,
Stress free.
shoot. Old age is different when you stress free, man. And it don't have it's not revolved around money. It's not revolved around nothing else but you being able to control yourself.
Right. Having
Man,
that peace of
woo.
mind. That
What'd
peace
you
of
say, sis?
I said having
Mm,
that peace of mind.
on purpose.
Yes.
Just because I want it. You know, he's like, hey, it's Peace of Mind Thursday. I was, you know how they got Taco Tuesday? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, just because. Yeah, just because. Just because.
Stress free Saturday or whatever.
Yeah, just because. So, you know what I mean? Like, it starts somewhere, somehow. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So, this is how, and then it becomes learned behavior.
right.
And that's your lifestyle, you know. So the stress, being stressed out becomes learned behavior. That's why you
Mm,
habitual stressor.
right. And if we would just apply, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad tells us to think 5 times before we speak. Just applying
Settle on
that.
the best part.
Right.
Hmm.
That'll
Yeah.
eliminate a lot of stress, undue, unnecessary stress.
That you take yourself through.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. All the stresses you take yourself through. There's no, if there's no compulsion in Islam, there's no compulsion in life. So there's
Exactly.
no.
Islam is life.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So there's no compulsion in that. Everything is self-induced. You know what I mean? Because you know everything is. The devil ain't make you do it. You know what I mean? Like so that's just how life works. But if we can understand that now, when we go to move, we can. It doesn't change necessarily what we're going to do. It changes how we go through it.
How you do it.
Right. You know what I mean? So, because school is not stressful, but some people be like, man, I was stressed out in school. It's learning. It's a facility for learning. It's nothing stressful about that. It's only implied or you know what I mean? Like you have to bring the stress to school.
Right. Hmm.
And yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's just because we living in the world we're living in. It's that type of world. So having these type of discussions where okay, because it's not just angry, road rage, depressed, mad at my children. It's all kind of stressors, stress reactions, stress responses. You know what I
Right.
mean? So if it's not good, it's you know what I mean. It's not a lot of gears. It's either here or it's not over here. You know what I mean? So it's rest and digest, fight and flight. You know what I mean? So if it's not over here and rest and digest, then it's gotta be over here
Fight,
and
fight,
fight or
fight or flight.
flight. Right, right. Exercise is fight or flight. Because exercise is stress upon the body.
Would that be a good stress? Is there a such
I
thing
mean,
as a good stress and a bad stress?
yeah, if it's applied, yeah, yeah. But um, most people don't, they don't know the difference.
Right.
So
And then too much of anything is not good. So
that's what I'm saying. Because the purpose of exercise is stressful. It damages the body. That's why you have to recover and, do the things that they tell you to repair and recover from exercise.
right.
Right. So, you know what I mean? Like, so when we looking at that, giving birth, you know what I mean? Like all of these things that are good for
Good.
us.
Has a certain amount of stress to it.
Right.
Right.
And if you prepare properly, you're good going through it. If you don't, you're gonna go through all kind of range of emotions.
Hmm.
You like with exercise, man, just with them two actions, exercise and pregnancy. You know what I mean? You got people that go into them differently and they get different results. Those that go in with prepared, their results are better than those who just go along with it.
Right.
Hmm.
Yep.
So, and but the aromatherapy, I'm sorry, what did you ready to say?
No, nothing.
No, aromatherapy is like your gym. It's like your exercise. You know what I mean? Like, because they have different effects on the body, just like exercise has different effect. You don't do the same exercise. You know what I mean? Because you have more than one body part. Just like the
Right.
aromatherapy, you might have one or two oils that have a total body effect. You know, but
Mm.
most of them are specific because they come from the plant that has specific.
At qualities.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you exercise. You know what I mean? Exercise.
Right.
Shoot. Yeah. Because it's so many combinations that, like I say, what this one can do, that one can do. You put them together, and you see you take notice of what it does for you. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then, you know, you got a combination. Hey, bam.
Mhm. Right. That's like blending the different essential oils
Hmm.
work well together, and together they're more powerful than the one by itself.
Hmm. What's that? The thieves one?
Yeah, thieves.
Yeah. What's that one? What's that combination?
It's cinnamon, clove, rosemary, lemon, orange,
Mm,
and I believe peppermint is in it.
that sound powerful.
No, eucalyptus. It's like five different types of eucalyptus in that one oil, plus all
Woo.
the other oils that I just mentioned.
Right,
So
right, right,
it's
right.
99.9% effective against airborne pathogens, bacterias, infections. That's definitely a staple that everybody should have, especially now with everything out there.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. And that's we practice. So when something happens, I have muscle memory. You know what I mean? Like I know my body will know what to do, and that's health and wellness, man. That's the basis of creating a healthy lifestyle. Because you don't know what's potentially can happen. So
Right.
but if you can't prepare for everything, you can just prepare for what you will do. You know what I mean? Like so,
Mhm.
no matter what can happen, this is my response. Just like when they practice a fire drill. You know what I mean? So
Stop,
you
drop.
don't know what. Hey, so you won't panic and
Right.
stress yourself. You know what I mean? Right, and lose your life because you know what I mean. Like, so because if you panic, that's the side effect. You can lose your life. You can. succumb to the fire, the smoke. You know what I mean? So, and that's how all situations of stress are like that fire.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know what to do, um, and if the more I play with fire, the more potential I have to hurt myself.
Right.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Brother Asad Allah says, I can carry atmosphere of tranquility everywhere I go. Intentional stressors to reap benefits.
Hmm. 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 Yeah. That's see, and that's why we're not talking about one specific thing, and leaving the door open, because a lot of people have practiced overcoming their individual stressors, and it is not something that they got from somebody else. They figured out on their own, because their stress is their stress. You know what I mean? So just like parenting is a stressor, but it's not the same for everybody. You know what I mean? So with that, you learning how to overcome yours,
Mm-hmm.
somebody in a similar situation can pull from that, can extract from that. And you know what I mean? And now they got something to a different perspective for theirs, because that's a similar situation. Like, oh man, okay, now I can figure out what to do for myself.
Right. Powerful.
But the oils, definitely, I mean, aromatherapy, it's a few things that work well. You know what I mean? Things like that. But aromatherapy is just been proven. I mean, because a lot of these things weren't around. So, the further you go back, you didn't have but so many tools to use, and aromatherapy has always been our tool that we use. Right.
And it's natural. I mean, you can walk in your home and smell some bread baking. That's aromatherapy. That'll put you in a whole different mood.
Mm, mm,
Yes.
mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like you could have been mad as all get out before you walked into that home and then you smell that bread baking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Put you in a
Stops you
different.
in your tracks.
Right, right. So it's just
Yeah.
natural. And thank
Mm-hmm.
you all for tuning in. I'm just seeing the comments. Sister Shantae, Walaikum Salam. Sister Sirius says, stand in silence. That helps to rise above emotions.
That's
Oregano
what, that's what.
oil, definitely good. Yes.
And see, and that's where, like I say, because you know, sometimes you can't do some of the things that they say do. So it's like when you don't have, you need a list. You need a list. If you stuck in your car, you don't have nothing. You need a list. You know what I mean? So what can I do if I'm stuck on the train, on this commute, man, on the bus? What can I do? And I don't have none of this stuff. You know what I mean? So I can go, and this is the purpose of the show, not just to talk
Right,
about what we have, but so y'all can say, hey, this is what I tried as well. This is what I done. Because we
right,
definitely have the understanding that what works for one is not necessarily going to work for others.
right.
All
Exactly.
right,
Yeah, if you're on the bus, just sit there in silence.
man,
Just
you ain't gonna have no choice.
right, feel the feelings, feel the emotions, and ride, ride in silence.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
peace of
yeah.
mind on purpose.
Yeah,
Brother,
sometimes we just gotta, yeah, you gotta laugh,
peace of
man.
mind on purpose. Yes, and
Yeah.
laugh.
Hmm.
Yes.
And most of the stuff that we are it's all self-imposed. So that's number one. We if we start with that, it's easy. It makes it easier to control yourself. You know. So yes, we have the fight. We have the different portions of our nervous system, but ultimately, it's your body. So
Right.
you are in ultimate control because you can't go into a court of law and say, I didn't know, I did. That's because if you're an adult, you're in control. There's no other adult looking at another adult, you know, with that, without looking at them. You're in control of you. You know what I mean? You're in control. So if these things of stress related instances, actions, this is internal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now I just need to exercise and practice my emotional range, improve my emotional range, learn different words that equate to different emotions. So when I go through something, I have more ways to express myself, right? So I got more ways to express what I'm going through. That way, outside of good and bad words, or words that equate to good and bad, because challenging isn't good or bad. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It's
Right.
not. Right. So we got words that we can use that to describe for myself in internal and external, that now if I'm operating under these words, I'm not getting the stress response. Oh, you feel me? So
Mm.
you challenging. So if because this is effective communication. The stress response is ineffective communication. That's why it's triggered the stress because it's ineffective either and it's internal because it's happening inside of you. You know what I mean? So it's not happening outside. So
Right.
now, while I'm also learning how to get through it and stop it, but we can control this whole part of us because our brain is created to think right. So we know within the structure of our brain, it's created to think right. There's no stress response in that.
Mm.
So now I got to learn how to function under that. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that I'm just doing everything good or everything righteous, but it's my thinking. It's the words that I choose to describe myself and my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we use words like hard. Oh, that was hard. No, it wasn't. You know what I mean? You know. Oh man, I'm ready to take this test. Pray for me. Huh?
You should have studied for that test to
Oh,
ensure you have ensure you have the highest possibility of making a good grade or passing the test. You know,
but these are the phrases
that's
that
the
take
answer.
us that keeps stress alive in your life.
Right.
It keeps the opportunity for stress to present itself in your life because I'm not in charge, but it's my life. The only reason I'm taking this test is because it don't have nothing to do with nobody else. So
Right.
like I'm saying, that's a real to pray for me. Like, huh? Like you say, that ain't even, and this is just how we render ourselves powerless.
Helpless. Yeah.
Distress. The damsel in distress saved me. Something that I put myself into. This is all of these things are internal. You know what I mean? I don't like the way you talk to me. What do you mean? You control what you like and don't like. I can't help myself on how I talk like this. What do you mean? This
Right.
you gotta move your mouth to talk like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying because it's all kind of branches to this tree. You know what I mean? And it all leads back to the stress response. All of these are branches on the stress tree.
Right.
And y'all, they trigger it. And we gotta stop. Because when you under stress, you not only are you not in control, you're not healthy.
Exactly.
Right, right. Yeah, you're not healthy. You know what I mean? So it ain't just you feeling good, looking good, you know. No, you're not healthy. Your physical body isn't healthy. You know, we're killing ourselves. The silent killer, all of those other words. So, you know, and we want to, especially if you like, man, sister Denise 50 and over, man, we, you know, we in that age bracket where we have to learn not just how to get through stress, but how to eliminate it, man.
Exactly. Get that
Yes.
peace of mind on purpose.
The sister Denise got the inhaler you can carry around with. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, she's made it easy for us. you
Absolutely.
know, with the so
Aromatherapy on the go.
there you go. You know, because once you practice, it's behavior. Your stress is learned behavior. Your stress, you know, is not new to you. You know, so whether it's your commute, road rage, your job, your whatever it is not new to you and it's learned behavior. So you have to unlearn to relearn. You know what I mean? So boom, if you learn how to carry aromatherapy with you all the time, now you creating new learned behavior. So now you in a moment of time, you won't actually physically need to carry it anymore because you'll created that learned behavior where your body is adapted. So now it's used to you taught it how to walk empowered with like a
Right.
shield on. You know what I mean? So you always had it. So now if you do forget it, your body's is like, I got it. We cool today. Nah, because I got, you know, you taught me how to be triggerless. So now I've been walking through this joint happy and skipping and you know, happy go lucky because I got the aromatherapy on the go. So now you've learned how to be happy go lucky.
Exactly. It's kind of like
Man,
muscle memory.
that's what I'm saying. You learn how to be. Yeah, you gonna miss it. Like with my, I ain't got my. But you taught yourself how to be happy go lucky. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you, you know. Shoot. Yeah. Just
Absolutely.
like with prayer, we teach ourselves to pray when we get stressed out. We teach ourselves to do this when we, you know what I mean? Like, so it's no different. You know, the aromatherapy is a little different because of how it affects us and it's physical. It's not just it's material. It's molecules. You know what I mean?
Right.
yeah, yeah. We just not eating the molecules.
Just inhale, just breathe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, yeah.
just breathing within itself helps. Take some
Mhm.
slow, deep breaths
Mhm.
and add some
Mhm.
essential oils to it, and you got a plan.
Mhm. Mhm. You might not need nothing else, you know,
Right.
especially if you're limited with what you can do. within that triggering, within that response. Like I said, if you're on the bus, you're on your commute, you're stuck in your car, a plane, on your job, you can't get up and go for whatever reason.
Right.
You can't eat or drink anything. You know what I mean? You just stuck with, okay, what can I, you can smell, man, bam. Shoot, what?
It's no
Yeah,
easier than that.
man, yeah. Easier than popping a tic tac. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, bam. They be like, hey, what you doing? What's that? Let me see. Pass that thing around the room. Everybody got a piece of mind.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. But that's how you spread it. That's how we reverse it. You know what I mean? Like it's just that easy. It's just that easy. You know.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Well, all right. Let me see if we have any more comments or questions. And thank you all for tuning in, Brother
Yes.
Asadallah. Thank you for coming on. Sister
Yes.
Sirius, Sister
Yes.
Tamika. We appreciate
Yes.
you all.
Yes. We hope it was worth your
So we're
time. That
gonna
we.
wrap it up.
Yeah. We try to be
Absolutely.
entertaining and
And if you
educational
need,
at the same time.
right, right. If you all need any essential oils, the inhalers, you can reach out to me. Send me a message or comment in the chat, and I'll definitely reach out to you and help you with that. We have books on Amazon. Brother Sean has books. You can just type Sean Ali in the search on Amazon, and about 40 books will pop up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, family, we are going to leave you as we came in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
And tune in next week, inshallah. We will be here with another episode of the Health and Wellness Power Hour. Peace.